How truly marvelous! Master Merchant Alaric Vigatori lamented dramatically, slapping his left palm to his forehead while gesticulating wildly with his right. There go my hopes of returning home after buying fruit in bulk. By the time we make our return trip, all that will be left is overripe remnants. Who was in charge of this wagon? You! How do you expect me to pay your wages if I can't even turn a profit? Rubbing both hands through his hair, he shook his head and scoped out the land around him. I bet you all think we're going to make camp here? 2 days in a row? Well, you might be right. Sometimes these things can't be helped. On the other hand, perhaps they could, if my wife didn't adopt every creature we came across. Look how that turned out. My newest apprentice has burns bad enough that I will need to pay a healer to mend his flesh. Yet another expense, and even less profit to be made. Alaric looked over to Alara, wondering if his complaints would get through to her this time. Unfortunately, she was ignoring him and casually scratching the chin of the ascended beast in the wagon. Right beside him? The merchant scrambled away, even as Alara skeptically stared at him. Oh, boo-boo, there's always at least one issue on every trip. You can't judge everything only by the profit to be made. What profit? Alaric snorted derisively, while keeping an eye on the smoldering beast. It's not just an issue. That one is going to be more trouble than he's worth, my sweet Bappy. Boppity, Alaric. How long have you known my nickname? Alara gently teased, rolling her eyes at the familiar joke. I wish you hadn't brought that thing along with us. No matter how you treat them, monsters and beasts start as wild animals. You can never be sure how they will act, not to mention who they will hurt. Just as Alaric was a merchant by his system-granted class, Alara was an exotic beast enchanter, a highly specialized version of a beast tamer. Both of them viewed the world through the lens of their class and skills, which often caused them to disagree on how any given subject should be covered. Even as Alaric glared, Alara distractedly rubbed the smug little head of the smoldering beast, then offered a flattened palm holding a small sweet pepper to the salamander. Complying with her unspoken request, the flaming lizard leaned forward and increased the intensity of its body heat, roasting the vegetables so Alara could pop it in her mouth. With a winning grin, she looked up at her husband and offered him the next treat. Want to try? I think I've got this trick fully formed in its mind. She shifted toward Alaric, and even though he was annoyed, the man couldn't help but let his scowl fade. Alara was dressed comfortably, wearing cloth pants and a loose-fitting tan blouse to hide the dust of the road.